Do you ever feel like you know everything about plants? Well, today we're going to show you 10 strange facts about plants that might just change your mind. You might even learn something new. So let's get started. No one. Some flowers have a memory. Have you ever heard of a flower that remembers what color it saw last? Well, there is one called the state flower of California, which is known as the California poppy. This bright orange flower has a pretty amazing ability. When they are seedlings, they can remember colors they are exposed to for up to a year. But that isn't all. It can also predict the weather. If it starts to rain within 24 hours after it sees blue, it will grow quickly. And if it doesn't rain, it will grow slowly. And if it sees red, it will grow slowly no matter if it rains or not. How cool is that? Number 2, Mimosa pudica. We all know how plants grow towards the sunlight, but this plant grows away from it. This sensitive area is also known as the action of shame. The reason why it does this is because it is a defense mechanism against herbivores. When the plant is touched, it closes its leaves and drops its head, which scares off most animals. But birds aren't scared by this at all. In fact, they seem to really enjoy eating them. So the bird droppings with seeds in them end up germinating right under the parent plant, giving the soil nutrients and making the next generation stronger. So this plant depends on birds to help spread its seeds and protect it. No. 3. Some plants have beards. The stamen of a flower is where the pollen is produced. And in some cases, the stamens grow long hairs that hang down around the flower, creating a beard-like appearance. These hairs are actually longer than 30 centimeters. The reason why they have these long hairs is so that insects can grab onto them and use them to climb into the center of the flower, where they can collect more pollen and take it back to the plant. Number 4, some fruits are actually dry. What? Yeah, we know what you're thinking. Fruits are supposed to be juicy and wet, right? Well, think again. There are over 100 fruits that are actually dry when you cut them open. Avocados, bananas, and mangoes are some of the fruits that come to mind when you think of a juicy fruit. But if you were to cut an avocado in half, you would see that it was dry inside. Number 5, some trees can clone themselves. There are several trees that have been discovered that are clones. This means that all the trees around the original tree are exact copies of it. One example is the Pandocusquea kuliu, also known as the trembling giant. This grass is a clumping bamboo that can reach up to 30 meters tall, and it can form huge colonies. They can also spread very quickly. One of these colonies in Oregon doubled in size every 3 years. If you want a quick way to cover a large area with grass, this is definitely the way to go. 6. Some plants can survive in water. Even though we don't see many of them, there are lots of plants that can live underwater. They have special adaptations that allow them to absorb oxygen through their leaves instead of their roots. One of the most common aquatic plants is the water hyacinth. This purple flowering plant grows in shallow water and can double in number every 2 days. That's incredibly fast. That means that if you had just one plant in a nice little pond, you could have 65,000 in just 2 months. Yikes. 7. Sensitive touch. Most people don't realize that plants can react to sounds just like animals can. You probably already know that plants grow towards light, but did you know that they can also hear? A group of scientists tested this theory by placing speakers near some bean sprouts and playing music for them. The results showed that the plants grew towards the speakers. Other experiments have shown that plants prefer classical music to other genres. 8. Crying trees. Did you know that there are trees that cry blood? It may sound scary, but it's actually quite fascinating. These trees produce a purple sap that looks like blood when they are cut. This is a defense mechanism against insects and other animals that want to eat the tree. They usually only do this during the summer, but sometimes they do it year-round. But why? Why do they only do it sometimes? Well, it depends on the temperature. When it's hot outside, they cry more often. 9. Some plants can't be killed. It seems like if you took care of a plant and gave it lots of sunlight, water, and nutrients, it should live forever. But this isn't the case for all plants. There are some plants that can't be killed no matter what you do. For example, the resurrection plant. No matter how long it goes without water, it can still survive. And it can even survive being frozen. Just give it some water, and it will come back to life. Another one is the cockroach plant. As long as one part of this plant remains intact, it can continue to live. You can burn the rest of the plant, and it will still grow back. 10 plants have a social life. Yep, we didn't make that one up. Plants can communicate with each other through underground roots, kind of like how we talk to each other with words. When one plant is being attacked by an insect or being eaten by an animal, it sends out a chemical signal through its roots. This alerts the other nearby plants so they can activate their defenses. That's smart. Scientists have also discovered that plants can communicate with each other through the air. If a leaf falls off a plant and lands on the ground, the parent plant releases chemicals that alert other plants to stay away. Plants are pretty smart, huh? So there you have it. 10 strange facts about plants that you might not have known before. Did you learn anything new? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and share this video with your friends if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.